Assalamualaikum and good morning everyone. Welcome to our first Fizik class. I am Madam Sabrina. How are you feeling today? Excited to learn Fizik? Alhamdulillah. Without further ado, let us recite doa. Okay, before we dive in, look at this smartphone. You are using it every single time, right? So have you ever wondered how come this phone never get too hot or explode while you are using it? So the safety of the phone itself is called balance. Is what we are going to learn for today's class. Okay, so today's class is about Ohm's law, as you can see from the slide behind my back. Okay, take a look at the learning objective. So at the end of the lesson, students should be able to explain the relationship between voltage, current, and resistance. So these are the three important variables that you need to understand for you to know how the electric circuit works. Okay, so in understanding all the variables, let us see the definition. Okay, so first variable we have voltage. We denote it as V, where it is the difference in electric potential between 2 points in a circuit. Okay, you have to know that the difference in electric potential that I already highlight on the slide is actually a push of the charge. Means that in an electric system, you have to push the charge because the charge does not move at all in the circuit. So for them to move, we need the push force that can be supplied by the voltage. Okay, so this voltage can be measured in units volt. Okay, moving on to the second variable, we have current. We denote it as I, where it is the rate of flow of electric charge past a point. So means that I already highlighted for you flow. So the flow of electric charge, we know it as current, and we measure it in units ampere. Okay, so the last variable here we have resistance, and we denote it as R, where it is the opposition to the flow of electric current. So means that electric current, when it encounters obstacle during its flows, we can call it as a resistance, and we measure resistance in units ohms here. Okay, now we know these three variables. We should know how they work together obeying the Ohm's law. Okay, so Ohm's law states that voltage drop across a conductor V is proportional to the current I. True if its physical condition and temperature are constant. Okay, so the Ohm's law also can be expressed mathematically in a equation V equal to IR, where if we assume the resistance is a constant, what happened to the relationship between voltage and current? We could see when we increase the voltage, the current is also increased, meaning that they are directly proportional to each other. Okay, so how about we keep the voltage constant? So we could see that when we increase the resistance, the current will be decreased. So meaning that here current is inversely proportional to the resistance. Okay, so from this equation itself, we can see the relationship between these three variable. Okay, see, in order for you to understand it better, to visualize it better, how it works in the electric circuit, we could see the analogy of this water pipe where this shows exactly how electric circuit works. Okay, you know, in a water pipe, we could see a water flow smoothly or hardly. So from here, we have to assume a water source as a voltage, where this voltage provide push of the electric charge. So when the charge is being pushed, what happens? They will flow. So this flow of the charge, we know it as the current. So at this situation, we could see that when we increase the voltage, current would also be increased. Okay, so now let us see when the current is moving from the left side of the pipe to the right side of the pipe. We will see that it encountered some obstacle here. So this is the obstacle known as the resistance, where this area become narrow. So what happens when this area become narrow? It will produce a high resistance. So when the current flow from the left side to the right side, the resistance is high at the narrow part of the pipeline. What happens? It will reduce the amount of current flow at the right side of the pipe. So we could see that here there is a changes of the current flow. So this change of flow is the result of a battle between voltage pushing and the resistance stopping it. So we can see that these three variables are constantly fighting to find balance in the system, where they actually does work like this in electric circuit. Okay, so from here, let us summarize what we have learned in today's lesson, where we have learned there are three variables: voltage, currents, and resistance, where they obey the Ohm's law. So when they obey Ohm's law, they would find balance in your smartphone. As you can see from here, in your smartphone, we have a battery. So this battery will provide a push. So no matter how much the push it given by the battery, so the current that flowing to light up your screen is kept at a safety level. So meaning that this voltage can push a lot of electric charge, but the current flowing is still kept at a safe level. So how come it can be kept at a safe level? This is due to the resistance. So this resistance acts like a safety gate to control the energy. So this is how this three variable obtains balance in the system to keep your phone never get explode while you are using it. So do you have any question about what we have learned today? Okay, Alhamdulillah, everyone is clear. So that's all for today's class. See you guys tomorrow. Assalamualaikum.